Hello, hi. Today I want to talk about INTP and how they interact with other people. The famous robots. We laugh at them because they're so terrible at social skills, and just look at them trying to speak human language. These cute robots. Yeah, that's what we think about INTPs, and to some extent it might be true, but let's break it down a bit and see what's going on in there and why they act the way they act and what we can do as INTPs, or if you know an INTP, you can learn about how they see you, okay, and why they don't care about you that much. They do, just they don't think about you that much, okay? So extroverted feeling is INTP's last function. It's in it's the weakest one, okay? And it's all about caring what other people feel and engaging with other people in social interactions. So you would think they would be bad at social interactions, and you would be correct. They do struggle with this, but they are well aware of the feeling space existing compared to their own feelings, which sometimes they have harder time pinpointing. So their own feelings, they're not quite aware of them, and they may come up and they don't know why they act sometimes in such a way. But they are, once they're in a social gathering or something about other people's feelings comes up, they are more aware and they can tell you what other people felt more than they can tell you what they felt. Okay? When they are in social situation, they can be surprisingly adept at maneuvering around other people because they analyze others and they react to their feelings in quite a logical way. So you have to, with an INTP, you have to know that they learn really quickly the processes of whatever it is that they are doing. So the way they interact with people is through the first function, so the thinking. So they will look at the social interaction and then analyze it logically. So this guy is doing this guy is doing this guy likes talking about this, therefore next time I'll speak to him, I'll talk about this and he will like it. So it's not natural. It's very, you would say, a robot-like, but that's what naturally comes to them in a social interaction because they're so weak at extroverted feeling. So they don't feel what other people are feeling, but they analyzed how they behave, and based on that, they react. So then in a social interaction, they can fit in quite well because they read people so well. So the reason they have reputation of being socially awkward is because it's not something that they focus on, other people and the conversations. They don't pay much attention and it doesn't come naturally to them. So if you catch them like unprepared, if you catch an INTP that's unprepared for a social interaction or with somebody that they don't know, they didn't analyze yet, then they may act awkward until they figure out what's going on. So they need the warm up. They need to know what they're going to say. But it's not. You have to. INTPs don't do that deliberately. It's not very deliberate. It's not like, okay, I have to say this, I have to say that. It's a very natural process to them to analyze other people and then react to the people. That's why they are very good at being a chameleon, because they are not in tune with their own feelings or sometimes their own opinions. So as they interact with other people, they learn what other people's like, and then they react to it, usually by agreeing with them, saying something that they would like as well back to them. That's what makes INTPs sometimes surprisingly charming. So even though they don't focus on it, they do care quite a bit of what other people think about them. And to be fair, INTPs can use it to their advantage because they can see what other people think. Basically, that's what the INTPs think. They know how to fit in and they want to fit in socially. So that sometimes pushes INTP into things they don't like, but also into things that is beneficial to them. So they might use this to help them finish projects and improve. I mean, as an INTP, usually if you're just by yourself, you just want to do what you like. So you like to research, you like to procrastinate, you like to do different things. But once you implement that social interaction and somebody basically depends on you or somebody expects something from you, it's a very strong motivator for an INTP to finish things, because they want to fit in and they want to show other people what they can do. And it does stress them out a bit, but stress is good. Stress is a good motivator. So for INTPs that are looking to improve this part of themselves, just the social interaction, maybe like dating or stuff like that, just be aware that it is not your strong suit and you need some time to read people. So how you read people, so you can be very, very charismatic, you can be very suave, you can be very smooth, but the way you do it as an INTP is you listen. INTPs listen quite well because usually they don't have anything to say. Well, they have a lot to say. They have loads to say, okay? But they know that people are not interested in their interests. So they don't say much until other people say something. So the first instinct is to listen. And they are very good listeners because of that. And that's exactly what you need to do. You need to listen to people very carefully. And basically that will give you an ammo to be an actual human being. The way you are, you have to fit in this way. So the more people say to you, the more information you have. How to engage with them, how to be nice to them, how to interact with the people. And that's your way out, the social awkwardness. So you will learn how to talk with different people without the awkwardness. You will learn really fast because you are an INTP, and that's what INTPs do. They learn really, really fast. But also there's another side to it where you probably know introverts sometimes don't talk, but then you ask them something they are interested in and they won't stop talking. They will talk and talk your ear out until you had enough for hours. Hours they can talk. And when you get two introverts or INTPs, INFPs that like something, they can have a chat about it forever and they will become friends. So your other way to be more socially adept, so you have to keep that other stuff going because that's your normal day-to-day with other people in real life. But you should also strive to find people that are more like you and that are more interested in things that you are interested in, because they are really easy to talk to. So the problem is, how do you find that person when basically what they're doing is what you are doing? When interacting with other people, you do a chameleon, so they basically stay silent just as you, and you keep playing a game between yourself, both not knowing that you are the same, that you are just playing a game, that you could just drop the facade right now and just talk about physics, about space, and the way to do it, it's quite hard. I mean, internet is full of people like this, so you can always go to internet and get more internet friends. I mean, they're nice as well to have, where you can just chat with them and see what they're up to and maybe have like a voice chat with them. It's nice. It's always nice. It helps you be yourself. and to see that other people are like you and that you are not alone in liking ancient history battles and things like that. But then in real life, you have to try with some people, try to ask them in some way. I'll give you an example of mine that are basically coincidence when I found a fellow INTP at work. So you do your normal work chat. How was your weekend? The weather's terrible. Things like that. Yeah, we hate the job. Of course, this is the worst job. But as we were working, I was thinking about something, and I said, "Oh, there must be a way to make brushing your teeth easier and more convenient and more thorough." And as I said it, I was like, "Oh, this is such a stupid thing to say." But he looked at me in shock, and he was like, "I was just thinking about that yesterday." And then he proceeded to tell me like his invention, how he would put like these things in your mouth and they'd be mechanical, and just like in detail how it will work. I was like amazed. I was like listening to him, and we both stopped working. Both stopped what we were doing. And then I told him what I was thinking. It was just great. And then after that, the first thing we said always is like, what you came up with today. And it was great, but it would never happen if I just didn't try asking him some random questions. So it's sometimes worth, even if you then might seem a bit weird to some people. I mean, do you really care about them? Not that much. If they're not that interesting to you, then just try to slide in a question. And it's good to have a question. Don't give them a lecture. Just ask them a question about something you're interested in, or like really open-ended question. Don't ask them about what's the meaning of life, because that will weird anyone out, probably. It wouldn't me, but hey-ho. Ask them something about your interest, and maybe, just maybe, they can be your friend. So hopefully this was a beneficial video. You had a good time listening, and I like you very much for listening, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day, and goodbye.